As the Syrian Civil War continues, with President Bashar al-Assad's downfall looking more imminent with each passing day, it has emerged that longtime ally Russia has dispatched warships to the Mediterranean Sea in preparation for a possible evacuation of Russian citizens from the troubled country. Syria is home to Russia's only naval port outside of the post-Soviet states, and Moscow has delayed announcements of any evacuation plans to avoid showing a loss of confidence in Assad. If the ships travel at their standard cruising speed, they should reach the Syrian coast around the beginning of January. Russian diplomats said that 2 Russians had been kidnapped in Syria earlier in the week, and the increasingly chaotic situation with Assad's forces losing ground seems to have forced them to acknowledge Assad's inevitable downfall. Whether this signals a wider policy change, as Russia has repeatedly blocked UN Security Council votes on intervention in Syria, remains to be seen. Recently, violence has spilled over into Palestinian refugee camps around the capital of Damascus, with armed refugees joining both sides of the bloody conflict. The Syrian Air Force has responded by bombing the camp of Yarmouk twice in the past week in an attempt to drive rebel forces out. As the rebels continue to close in on Assad, fears over the country's large stockpile of chemical weapons continue to grow, with the United States vowing to intervene if Bashar al-Assad uses the weapons against his own people. And with the country becoming increasingly unstable, many are also worried that the deadly weapons will fall into extremist hands as Assad loses control of his country. Currently, the rebels hold around 60% of Syrian territory in a war that has raged for 21 months with some 40,000 fatalities.